scoring or i-involve niya na itong si John T. Miller and si Yuki Andrada.
Again, Miller averages 19 points per game, #1 in the league. Second half is now underway. First crack at the basket for the Red Lions. And Yukian just couldn't get the bounce to open the second half. Renzo, what's the expectation here from the JRU Heavy Bombers as they try to come back in this game?
Well, they really need to expect na talagang mas didiin pa yung pag-cover nila dun sa dalawang Sean na meron itong JRU. So it's really up to the other guys like Lorenaria, like Garupil to make something for JRU.
But not the start they wanted. Shot clock violation against JRU to start off the second half. And there's a change-up in the lineup of Coach Nani Pundulan. Sanleya Peñaverde getting a start in the third quarter alongside Jake Garupil and Sean Argente, Sarmiento, and Panapanaan.
Well, I think itong si Coach Nani wants to put another guy who can handle the ball para matulungan na ma-set up itong si Sean Argente. Because even if Sean Argente and Sean Salvador are both struggling nung first half, kailangan nila to pagdating ng endgame.
Yuri Duque has been their staple starter at the point. He'll be coming off the bench dito sa ating second half. They go to Sarmiento. Sarmiento, not really a shot. Dito na ang San Beda, looking to increase their lead. Brian Sahonia misses the layup. Celso is fouled. And that's what he provides para dito sa red and white. The hustle, those offensive rebounds, and the white body in the paint.
And you just gotta love the energy of Brian Sahonia. Talagang aggressive siya, attacking that basket offensively. And pagdating naman dun sa defensive end, siya yung kumukuha kay Sean Argente. Siya yung nagpapahirap ng buhay kay Sean Argente for this game. And so far, he's doing a great job.
Yeah. And this has been the Achilles heel for San Beda in this game. Their free throw shooting, 4 out of 11 from the free throw line. 4 out of 12 now off the miss of Joe Celso earlier. And it goes 1 out of 2. 34-29. All right, let's go immediately to our courtside reporter mula sa ating mga team dugout as we see Sean Argente miss here. Let's go back to Bianca Tagarda. Bianca, go ahead.
Martin and Renzo, while they have the numbers at the end of the first half, the San Beda Red Lions still have a lot of things to improve on this second half. Sabi nga ni Coach Andre Santos in one of the timeouts earlier, ang passive natin, we need to be more aggressive. And despite the efforts of Zed Eturie and Brian Sahonia, the Red Lions will be putting much more pressure and effort to contain Alan Laurenaria na para sa kanila ay isang sagabal in making the run for the win. To do this, defense and rebound will be their best friend. Now, Martin and Renzo, what are the other things that the Red Lions need to do to avoid being outworked this time?
Thanks, Bianca. Well, here in the second half, they just got to maintain the intensity here. You mentioned the aggressiveness. I don't think they were passive in the first half, pero para sa standards ng coaching staff nila, Renzo, that was being passive for them.
Well, I think the reason why they're asking for more aggressiveness from the rest of the team is hindi pa naman kasi tapos yung laro eh.
Yeah.
They've done a great job containing si Sean Argente and Sean Salvador during the first half. But those two guys still have another half para maglaro pa eh, para umiscore pa eh. So hindi pa tapos yung trabaho nila. Maybe that's the reason why they're asking for more aggressiveness.
Third quarter continues. Peñaverde couldn't find the mark. That's a guy who has been struggling this season, and we expected great things from Peñaverde, pero so far hindi pa niya makuha yung laro niya dito sa college game. That's a foul on Jay Garupil. So free throws coming up for Jimmy Reyes, who got the contact from underneath. And he gets the whistle. 2 shots for Jimmy.
Another miss for San Beda, but that was a great move by Jimmy Reyes. recognizing na nandun lang sa harap si Garupil eh. So kailangan niya talagang ibigay yung katawan niya for that foul.
It's gonna be an extended practice for San Beda in their next session. Free throw shooting ang isa sa mga pagtutuunan nila ng pansin. 2 misses. Red Lions right now are 5 out of 15 from the charity stripe, but they stay ahead. 34-29. Salvador is now in the ballgame. Sean will make his move. He flips it out. Naubusan ulit ng oras ang JRU.
Well, they really have done a great job containing itong si Sean Salvador. Kaya nagbe-build up na rin yung frustration dito kay Sean Salvador na hindi siya makakuha ng open look. Hindi niya makuha yung mga usual looks niya. Kaya nung time na yon, natake niya na talaga itong si Jimmy Reyes pero naubusan lang siya ng shot clock.
And this is, you know, adversity para kay Sean Salvador as early as his rookie season. As a scorer, you'll become a marked man if you show your brilliance consistently. Ito, Castillo ripping out the rebound. JRU tumatakbo. They've yet to score here in the third. Salvador, wala pa rin. Peña Verde with the offensive rebound. Peña Verde, no. 2 chances for JRU. And here's Jonty Miller. Actually, we've only scored 1 point in the third quarter so far. Halos 4 na minuto na ang lumilipas.
And I think for JRU right now, they really have to settle down because I think they're feeling the pressure na binibigay nitong San Beda right now. That's why they're rushing into their shots. So I think they just really need to settle down because this is just the third quarter. They still have a lot of time to catch up in this game.
So second guy put in to foul trouble para sa JRU. Jake Garupil just picked up his 3rd foul. So Jonty Miller connecting on the first. The second one is good as well, no problem. So timeout on the floor for Coach Nani Epundulan. They're down by 6. Balik sa ating laban. And this is Dr. Lorenzo from EAC with his son. Watching on a weekend dito sa NCAA Season 101. It's been a slow start offensively for both teams dito sa ating third quarter as we take a look at Justin Lozano. And they're hoping that they'll have him back. Talking about the JRU team. They have him back on Tuesday, according to the report of Bianca Tagarda earlier. So, that's a huge bonus for JRU. Nami-miss nila yung opensa at depensa na rin ito ni Justin Lozano. At sa mga gantong moments, hindi sila makascore. Siya yung may lakas ng loob usually para kunin yung mga tira niya.
And I'm sure Justin Lozano is really eager to come into the court right now and help out itong JRU squad. But yun nga, with the injury na nakuha niya, kailangan pa nating mag-antay para sa pagbabalik niya.
Peña Verde, nice find. Castillo is able to draw the foul on Joe Celso. But that's good playmaking displayed by Peña Verde. So 36-29. Namagana yung abante dito ng San Beda. Yung mga teams natin, they've yet to make a field goal here in the third quarter. And even Castillo is missing from the free throw line.
And that's how tight yung naging adjustment ng both teams. No? Talagang hindi binibigyan ng kahit anong espasyo para makascore ng basket.
That's the first point for JRU in the second half. Oh, MJ Bailoses is now in the game. Former Red Cups leader. So we're seeing former high school players dito sa NCAA. Nandito, we have several of them on the court who were high school players just a few months ago. Andrada for three, misfires.
And this is very interesting for JRU and San Beda as well na nagsabay na si Sean Argente and Sean Salvador. So interesting for JRU kung paano nila pagsasabayan yung dalawang scorer na yun. And for San Beda, kung paano nila mako-contain yung dalawa na nagsabay na.
Oh, but it's all about setting up the bigs. That time it was Salvador to Castillo. First field goal for both teams dito sa ating third quarter.
And for the two Seans, I think ito yung pwede nilang gawin. Maging decoy muna sila, attack that shaded area, and I'm sure magko-collapse yung buong San Beda, and they have to locate their other teammates na open.
Ito si Sean Argente. Driving again, difficult shot, wala. Castillo flying in for the board, fading away, no. Panapanaan. Ganda nung abang sa bola. 7 on the 24, 5 to shoot now. Peña Verde got his own miss, and he puts it back in. Smallest guy on the court, getting his own miss. And the putback underneath. It is a 5-0 run mounted by JRU. Back to the coverage, and Cutica muna tayo before getting back into the action. Beautiful faces all around, all made up and prepared for game day. That's a different type of preparation, pero siyempre kung harap ka sa camera, kailangan ready ka, di ba? Anytime, pwede kang mag-on cam dito sa NC. Thank you for attending our game day here. This is only our first game today. Mamaya may laban pa tayo sa hapon. Pero tignan natin, 2 straight times ginawa ito ng JRU. Peña Verde kanina pumasa sa ilalim kay Castillo. Salvador went to Castillo. This time, it's Peña Verde getting his own miss. And that's enabled JRU to climb back here. They only down by 2 points. Red Lions looking for a wake-up call. Bismarck Lina nails the mid-range jumper.
That was a great jumper for Bismarck Lina. Wala nang pupuntahan yung opensa ng San Beda that time, but recognizing na masyadong nakahelp yung depensa niya. That's why he popped out and nakuha niya yung jumper na yun.
These are some hard drives from the guards of JRU. Tignan natin to. Yeah. A pop out, Castillo. I don't think he was expecting Lina to take the jumper. And Bismarck Lina draining it for a total of 5 points already. But Sean Argente proceeds back to the free throw line. Sean has 6 points in the ball game. 2 out of 11 from the field. But that's what you like about Sean Argente. His unwavering confidence, you know, despite the struggles in the game.
And he's gonna keep on looking for ways to score. Talking about Sean Argente, walang ibang intensyon si Sean na nung pumunta siya dito sa basketball court na to kung hindi umiscore para sa JRU.
That's right. And he goes 2 for 2. Jonty with a good look off to the right. Ball ends up with Argente. He goes to Salvador. Oh, nice contest by Gonzalez. But JRU gets it back. Recycled shot clock is down to 8. Down to 5 now. Chauncey attacks. Salvador up and in.
And that's another great move for Sean Salvador. That was the second time he did that move na nakuha niya yung basket against a much bigger guy.
Woo! Grabe yung mga bata ngayon. Crafty finishers. Cross-court pass. Bailoses looks at the clock. 3 to shoot. He needs to make his move. And a bailout foul on JRU.
That was a tough call. But yun nga, binigyan ng chance si Salvador na matawagan siya ng foul. As you see that great move by Sean Salvador.
It's so skillful. Using your left leg, you know, yun yung pang-stop mo. At the same time, it also, because of the deceleration, it created enough separation for him to take the shot.
And you can only imagine the pressure na meron dun sa tuhod niya that time. So yung conditioning work niya rin.
Oh yeah. Kailangan, oo. Lalo na sa mga galaw na ganun. And again, that's a veteran move by Salvador, by Loses. Knocking down the second free throw. MJ Bailoses. So, it's a 2-point lead. Former teammates in high school, Gonzalez and Salvador, locking on. Peña Verde for 3. Rattles in and out. And here's Brian Sahonia. Etule off the spin. And that's a foul on Castillo, who contests this call.
Well, I think with the way the game is played right now, with the level of physicality, I think yun yung nirereklamo ng JRU eh. I think they allowed a lot of physicality already. And yung play na yun was, I believe itong player from JRU just put his hands up eh. Pero meron pa rin naman talagang contact on the body.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a technical foul on the Heavy Bombers. So MJ Bailoses will take the technical free throw. May nag-Rashid Wallace dito sa sideline natin. Hindi ko nasasabihin. Pero Etule now at the free throw line. And that's the adjustment for the players here, because ang gagawin mong gauge, syempre yung opening minutes, opening quarter, on how the fouls will be called. Diba? Kung gano'ng kakapal, gano'ng kanipis. And, you know, it's now up to the officials to do that consistently all throughout the game. Para kapag ka nag-adjust na yung mga teams natin, alam nila kung paano gumalaw.
Oh, gano'n naman talaga every game eh. Talagang hindi mo rin pwedeng asahan yung referees to call the same thing every time eh. Kailangan mo ring mag-adjust sa kanila. Merong mga times na feeling nila foul na to. Kailangan nilang itawag. You just have to adjust. You just have to test it out kung gaano ka taas na physicality yung i-allow nila.
This time, speaking of physicality, that was the vet against the rookie. Salvador. What a coverage provided by Brian Sahonia on that attempt. Lina. Sahonia. Burado. Si Salvador. But it's a block on Chauncey. Oh, no. So, initially it was a block. They changed the call to an offensive foul.
Well, I think ang tinawag ng referee that time is yung pag-twist ng body ni Bismarck Lina eh. Hindi pa nakakadaan ng maayos itong si Sean Salvador, pero nag-twist na ng katawan si Lina for that dive, kaya natawagan ng offensive foul.
And if you are a screener, you have to be fully established before you move at all from your position.
There's a thin line right there.
Yeah. Lorenaga is now back in the game after a long rest. 2 minutes to go. Argente will attack. Argente, no. Sarmiento draws the foul on Gonzalez.
And we can see both Sean Argente and Sean Salvador, especially this third quarter, they're getting their usual shots. Pero yung struggle nga nila nung first half kasi with the way they've been defended by the Bulls and Beda Red Lions squad, medyo may frustration ng kasama every shot eh.
Yeah. Pero they get a fresh Alan Lorinaria off the bench. Majority of the minutes went to Peña Verde here in the third quarter.
He really contributed well, talking about Peña Verde. Getting 2 offensive rebounds. Siya yung pinakamaliit na guy sa floor, pero 2 offensive rebounds yung nakuha niya during that time na nasa loob siya.
That's right. Jay Garupel is back in the game. Now playing with 3 fouls. Zed Etule. Brian Sahonia pulls the trigger. Too strong that time. Rebound. Ripped out by Lorinaria.
That was an open look for Brian Sahonia. Miscue between dito kay Lorinaria and Garupel.
JRU dodged the bullet. Admintes si Sahonia. Ito na si Lorinaria. Garupel. Got it! That's a 3-pointer to tie the ball game for Jay Garupel.
That was the right read for Lorinaria. Recognizing na nagsiswitch lang itong San Beda. So pwede siyang mag-fake handoff. May konting separation for that switch. Kaya nakuha niya yung driving lane. Enough para doon sa 3-pointer ni Garupel.
Lorinaria getting a hand on it to get them the ball. Jay Garupel, no. Back the other way we go. Etule stops his dribble, scans the floor, and gets it to Sahonia. Andrada, no. Wala pa rin para kay Yukian. Lorinaria secures the rebound.
And I think itong running game natin na to, itong fast-paced game natin na to, favors JRU eh. So, San Beda really has to be careful na madala sila dun sa taas ng energy na meron ngayon.
Ito si Sean Argente. Garupel off the cut. He draws the foul. So, the guards are taking it inside. Kami yung Alan Lorinaria dito. And then, the kick out to Jay Garupel for only JRU's second 3 of the game.
Because that fake handoff from Lorinaria created a little bit of separation between the 2 defenders. Kaya nagkaroon siya ng konting driving lane eh. And yung nagkaroon siya ng konting driving lane, napilitan humelpet ng si Vailoses. Kaya libreng-libre si Garupel for that 3-pointer.
And now Jay Garupel is at the free throw line. It's been a difficult day from the field, especially for JRU's guards today. But they are still finding ways to hang around. First one is off. Second one is also off. So, 0 out of 2. Chance sana yun para ibalik ang lamang sa JRU. Pero itong San Beda hoping for a final shot in the third.
And this is a big possession for them.
And a quick shot taken by Sahonia. Celso saves it to the wrong guy. Garupel, hindi aabot. So as the third quarter comes to a close, JRU versus San Beda in Group B, their second matchup of the season. We go back to square one, 42 apiece, going into the final quarter. In the VIP box. And we're back inside the Philoil Center in San Juan for our Saturday coverage, November 15. JRU versus San Beda featured in our first game. And it's a tight ball game as we see the quarter scoring here. Low scoring affair, both teams clicking defensively, especially in that third quarter. And as I say that, Peña Verde scores on the drive.
And you've been waiting for this guy, talking about Peña Verde, to really contribute big for his team. And eto na siya, coming up big for JRU. Especially given na nasa struggle yung dalawang main guys nila. Ito yung perfect time for him to step up.
That's right. And on the other side, the opposite is happening to Brian Sahonia as we see this drive. Peña Verde blowing by Miller. And went straight to the cup.
That's just a great move for him kasi mahirap i-blow by itong si Miller kasi mas malaki siya sa'yo eh. So yung 2 steps mo, 1 step ni Miller makaka-recover na, but that time nagawa niya ng paraan yun.
Ooh, Garupin in and out. And Jimmy Reyes is back in the ballgame. Kalimag, lalapit. RC misses at the rim. JRU gets another stop. Phenomenal job for the Heavy Bombers. Defensively in the second half, they've only allowed San Beda 9 points. Lorenaria, the face-up J. Red Lions also get a stop. And now they have a chance to tie. There's a foul away from the ball. Meron na, ano to, no? Parang playoff type of atmosphere.
And you just gotta give a lot of credit on the bigs of JRU because they forced yung mga scorers ng San Beda to a lot of forced shots. Tapos nase-secure nila yung mga defensive rebounds against the big guys of San Beda.
Precisely. Again, they were severely out-rebounded in the previous matchup. Miller misses again. Rebound for Sarmiento as we go courtside for our 4th quarter report. Let's hear it from Bianca Tagarda. Bianca?
Martin and Renzo, earlier during the 3rd quarter, a timeout was called by Coach Nani Epundola na naging wake-up call ng Heavy Bombers as they were told, huwag kayong maging passive. Dagdag pa rito ang sabi ni Coach J.M. Martin na huwag kayong mag-hesitate sa loob dahil hindi nga kami nag-hesitate sa inyo. And while the crowd goes wild and the pressure is high, Coach Nani reminds his players this 4th quarter na kahit sino pang kalaban nyo sa loob, atin to. A short but powerful statement reassuring his players that this game is for them. Now let's see if that will work out in the last minutes. Martin and Renzo?
Thanks, Bianca. Again, this team is unfazed. You know, kahit sino yung nasa harap nila, kahit San Beda na number 1 sa Group B, they're not scared. And yun yung pagkising na ginawa nito ni Coach Nani to kumbaga, lessen the hesitation from his players. But Yuken Andrada, it's been a while since we mentioned his name here in the ball game, knocking down the jumper for his 2nd field goal. Jay Garupin. Lorenaria opted to attack Sarmiento. Steady defense by Celso. Miller now has the basketball. Reyes to give them back the lead. He drains it from the top of the key.
And that's a quick 5-0 run from San Beda, courtesy of Yuken Andrada and Jimmy Reyes. And that's big, especially in a tight game like this. Yung mga 3-point lead na ganyan, napakalaking bagay niyan.
Ito. JRU all of a sudden finding themselves behind again. Lorenaria has it. Peña Verde pulls the trigger. That one rimming out. Magaganda yung bitaw, ano? Pero halfway down, going out. Kalima, kaboom! Bottom of the net for RC Kalimag and the Red Lions open up a 6-point lead.
For the Heavy Bombers.
The Red Lions have woken up in the 4th quarter. Yukian, their leader, getting the party started. And then 2 straight threes for Jimmy Reyes. And RC Kalimag on the left wing. 8-2 start for San Beda. They regain control in the ball game. They're ahead 50-44.
You're right, that's a quick 8-2 run para dito sa San Beda. After being down by 2 points, now they're up by 6. And of course, paano mo naman makakalimutan itong si Yuki Andrada that has been here for so long. Alam niya na kung paano manalo eh. I think yung experience niya, enough na yan para ma-figure out ng San Beda kung paano nila masesecure itong win na to against JRU.
And yung diferensya dito kay Yukin Andrada this season, you know, he's just doing what is needed from him or what is needed of him. Itong San Beda, usually he lets his teammates shine. Sean Argente, pocket pass, panapanaan, goes too strong on the push shot. Ito na, ang San Beda Red Lions with the momentum in the fourth quarter. Reyes has the basketball. 4 minutes going by in the fourth. Dalawa bagsak sa JRU. Celso was bothered. Celso. And that's a travel.
Well, that was a good pass by Jimmy Reyes, pero I think mas libre yata si Yukin Andrada, and he just made a 3-point jumper earlier, so I think they should go back to him.
You know, had the look. They opted to go inside. JRU playing steady D in the paint.
Well, that was still a good pass from Jimmy Reyes. Mas malapit talaga si Celso, so mas mataas yung percentage. I just felt like itong si Yukin Andrada kasi just made the basket.
Oh yeah, that's true. Salvador. Oh, it goes down for Sean Salvador.
And that's the first three-pointer of Sean Salvador and barely went in.
A long two called for Salvador. Miller. Yes! In your face jumper for Jonty Miller.
Just a big shot maker. Talking about Jonty Miller.
So scoring has picked up in the fourth quarter. It remains a 6-point lead. Sean, step back. Comes up short. And here comes Jonty Miller. Miller, tapped from behind. Kalimag, diving for the ball. And San Beda maintains. Reyes with 10 on the 24. Against 2. Reyes straight to the hole.
And that's a great read from Jimmy Reyes. Nag-aalangan yung defender ni Yukin Andrada to help out. So bukas na bukas yung driving lane for that layup.
It is now an 8-point lead. The biggest so far for the San Beda Red Lions. Argente forcing the issue on Jimmy Reyes. And look at this. Sean Salvador. Konti, you know, yeah, his foot was on the line. Finally drops in a jumper. And then Jonty Miller off this ISO play. Nothing you can do about that. Jimmy Reyes, though, again, outsmarting everybody in that sequence.
And that's really the right read, especially when they're blitzing you. If you're the guy using the ball screen, after the blitz, talagang kailangan mo atakihin yung side kung saan pabalik yung big man para mahaharangan niya yung initial defender mo para open yung driving lane mo.
54-48. Sean proceeds to the free throw line.
I think they gave continuation doon sa atake ni Sean Argente. That's why
Okay.
they only gave him one free throw.
Okay, so it's an end one for Sean. That's big. Makes it a 5-point game. Jonty Miller has the basketball. It's Miller time for the Red Lions. Jonty attacks. Jonty! Oh, it rolls out. Ball is tapped. Kalimag. No. Benitez secures. Here come the heavy bombers. Herrera with a big-time three. Oh, that was gutsy from Harry Herrera.
We were all expecting big three-pointers, big shots from Sean Argente and Sean Salvador. But what about Herrera? How can you forget about Herrera? He's been playing very well this game.
Harry Herrera is now up to 10 points. Jonty, Yukin, kaboom!
Yukin Andrada, 3!
What a big shot by Yukin Andrada. And I said earlier na alam niya na kung paano manalo sa level na to. So you can expect Yukian to take those shots and really help secure the win for San Beda in this game.
Argente could not answer. Benitez snatched by Reyes, snatched back by Garupil. Bodies on the floor. Who wants it more? Fourth quarter intensity.
Possession for the JRU Heavy Bummers. Ryan Sonia.
Sean misfiring right here. Jimmy Reyes with active hands to poke it away, counter steal. And then just players going at it here.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
JRU retains possession. Down by 5 points with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. If you guys just tuned in, higher stakes in this ball game. San Beda could solidify number 1. Salvador missing again. JRU can crash the party with a win. And Reyes will slow it down.
And that was a lucky break for San Beda. Sean Argente was wide open on the right wing. Hindi lang siya agad nahanap nito ni Garupil and ni Herrera.
Miller sends it to the corner. Yukian! No! Rebound taken by Argente. And there's a foul. It's against Yukian Andrada. Only the second team foul though for the San Beda Red Lions.
And that would have brought the house down kung na-shoot ni Yukian Andrada yung corner three-pointer na yun.
That is true. Lorenaria, a guy who hasn't scored here in the second half, is back in the fold. Speaking of guys who also hasn't scored, Brian Sahonia is also in the ball game for San Beda this time. We are entering pressure cooker time here inside the Fillers Center. The final 2 minutes. Oh! A continuation for Alan Lorenaria. That's big. Look at this. Driving on Zed Tule and sneaking it through.
And I believe he was heavily covered that possession. Pero what about Lorenaria? The creativity, the craftiness, and he's just a really tough finisher whenever he attacks.
And he just stays ready. You know, imagine he's only played 5 minutes here in the second half. Pero pagkapasok niya, it's the same activity. And this is on the free throw though. So it's a one-possession game. Red Lions again have a chance to extend their lead. They go to their main man, John T. Miller. Miller. Reyes, extra pass. 3 to shoot. Sahonia got it! First points of the second half for Brian Sahonia, and what a time for it to come.
And at the start of the second half, ito yung tinatanong natin what would be the theme para dito sa San Beda, kung magpapatuloy ba si Sahonia or may ibang, as we see that drive by Sean Argente, but going back to Sahonia, na nahimik siya for a whole quarter, nung third quarter, but coming up big here in the fourth quarter, in the last 2 minutes of the game.
This game is going down the wire. How about the ball movement of San Beda? Sahonia attacking that closeout, 2-dribble pull-up. And then Sean Argente driving on the rookie, able to get the foul and the continuation. Oh, JRU, these are crucial misses from the line. It remains a 3-point game. Reyes hounded by Salvador. Reyes off the spin. Miller for 3. Kaboom! John T. Miller with 13.
You should never leave John T. Miller wide open, especially in the clutch.
Salvador, no! And San Beda gets the stop. And now they will waste away some clock. Reyes still hounded by Sean. 8 to shoot. Pocket pass. Miller from the same spot. Got it! John T. Miller with back-to-back threes. And that could be the dagger for the San Beda Red Lions. We're back to the coverage. Back-to-back threes for John T. Miller in the last 2 minutes of the ball game, Renzo.
And that first three-pointer of John T. Miller, I think that was Coach Nani was talking about. Si Lorinaria helped out dun sa shaded area na hindi naman kailangan. That left John T. Miller wide open for that first three-pointer. And what about the second one? That was heavily contested with a hand on his face. That was just a tough shot for John T. Miller.
Miller time inside the Philoil Center. 2 big baskets despite the early struggles in the game. Ito si John T. Miller scoring when it matters the most. 25.6. JRU's window is slowly closing. They were able to make it a 3-point game earlier. Pero yung dalawang sunod na tres ni Miller, masakit para sa Heavy Bombers.
For second infraction of improper bench record.
Okay. So it's a warning. So it's a technical foul. That's a second warning against San Beda's bench. So, 1 free throw for Sean. Yeah. In the 4th quarter, JRU has gone 1 out of 4 from the free throw line.
And they had multiple chances to get a little bit closer. Pero yun nga, yung free throws nila with 3 misses already, medyo malaki yun para sa JRU.
Here's the trigger. JRU needs to move quickly. Salvador puts it up. Wala pa rin para dito kay Sean Salvador. Off his career high today. He is 3 out of 15 from the field and 0 out of 8 from long distance.
That has been the story for JRU. Talagang nag-struggle lang ng malala itong si Sean Salvador and Sean Argente. Of course, you have to give credit to the whole San Beda squad, especially itong si Sahonia, Nigel Gonzalez, who really took the challenge to try and slow down itong dalawang Sean ng JRU.
That's right. Finishing touches here. And that's it. San Beda maintains number 1 with his victory over JRU. The final score 65-56 with some late game heroics from that guy, John T. Miller. 2 crucial threes to put the game to bed. A total of 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for John T. Miller today.
And just like you said, that back-to-back three-pointer from John T. Miller. I know this is a 9-point win for San Beda, but it was just a 1-possession game.
Yeah.
Nung 1 minute mark natin, but that back-to-back three-pointers from John T. Miller, that just sealed the win for San Beda this afternoon.
16 points, Half of those came in the fourth quarter. 8 points total in the fourth. 6 came in that final stretch. What a victory here for the San Beda Red Lions as they solidify number 1 in Group B.